Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your commissioner speaking. Yes, guys, 1 week left. 1 week left of fantasy football regular season, right? Of course, we still got playoffs, which is the most exciting part. So, yes, you are speaking to the worst team in the league. I am at the bottom of the barrel. Not my year today, not my year. But guess what? I'm coming after that toilet bowl. So, watch out, people. See, I'm keeping it positive, see? I'm not that salty. Anyway, all right, you guys. So definitely subpar week. Obviously, we had a handful of people that just went crazy nuts, but a lot of teams did not do so well. We only had one team go over 200 points, and that was the lowest 200 point of the season. So I'm not trying to bring you down, but I'm just saying that's like the lowest 200 MVT we had. So that shows you like the type of scoring we had this week. We had a repetitive donkey award this week. But yeah, a couple noticeable things I want to talk about. But first, let's go on with the basic stuff. Let's check out our hardest players this week, and starting with the quarterback. Check it out. Yep, Lamar Jackson, this fool. When have you heard a quarterback get 60 fantasy points with only 169 passing yards? Damn. Of course, he had 95 rushing yards as well, but he threw 5 touchdowns with only 169 yards. And they were all passing touchdowns, too. So, 5 passing touchdowns with 169 yards. Freaking Lamar Jackson. Yes, Michael, that is your boy. I was going into Monday Night Football, actually going into Sunday Night Football with like a 40-point advantage over Michael. I'm like, you know what? All I need is for Kittle to do sucky. And if I go into Monday night with a 40-point lead, if Cooper Kupp gets me that 20 points, that puts me at 60 to compete with Lamar Jackson, because I know that full average is like 50. But no, Mr. Kittle had to freaking go crazy, and then Lamar Jackson just went Jackson. But yeah, great performance by him. He's obviously, I think he's going to be the MVP with that kind of stuff he's putting out. He's taking down big teams a lot of times by himself, but yeah, I say he's going to get the MVP this year. He just definitely deserves it with those kind of numbers and performances. Yeah, well, check out the running back. Yep, Leonard Fournette. Mr. Fournette finally scored a touchdown, so good for him. Whopping 97 yards. Yeah, he only had 97 yards. He did catch 9 passes for 62 yards and I don't know if he's caught the touchdowns or ran them in, but he had 2 touchdowns altogether. 50 points, 50.90 to be exact, and that is Jay's running back. So, obviously, Jay, I don't want to jinx you, okay? So please don't judge me on this. But some of my noticeables is Jay. Why? He is on a 6-game winning streak. Very quiet about it, of course, right? This kid was 1-5 before this streak started. So now think about it. Now he's 7-5. How can you go from 1-5 to 7? And keep it up, man. And we got business to talk. Anyway, let's go check out the wide receiver. Check out the wide receiver this week. Yeah, this guy, man, he's definitely got it, especially when he gets this type of games. 7 receptions, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns for 50.4. That is Chris Godwin. So Charles's boy, obviously he's been on this, on this before. So Godwin is definitely good for fantasy this year. So keep it up. All right. Oh yeah, check out the tight end. I mentioned him already, but check it out. That's right. George Kittle. Only six passes, six receptions, 129 yards and one touchdown. Of course, one of those I think was like a 40-yard bomb towards the end of the game, and that crushed my fantasy heart because I knew after that performance my team was done against Michael. There's no way going into Monday Night Football with like a 14-point advantage when he still got Lamar Jackson playing. Yep, George Kittle, right on, man. Finally, good to see him back. And it's a Niner dude, a local. So I'm not hating. Like I said, I'm not hating on the Niners this year. Especially the way the Raiders played this week. But, props. By the way, I'm going to have an updated, not estimate, but like prediction. Because, I texted on the group chat, right? My prediction for the Super Bowl is the Patriots versus the Niners. But wouldn't it be nice to see the Ravens in there? Ravens. Get rid of the Patriots. Good one, no? That'd be cool. All right, so check out our kickers. Speaking of the 49ers. Yeah, Chase McLaughlin, whatever way you say that. 4 extra point attempts, 3 field goals, 19 points. He's a free agent. He's a good team. I know. What's the status of the starter? Any idea? I know he's a backup kicker, but he's doing pretty good. All right, check out the defense. The Redskins, Washington Redskins, 6 sacks, 1 fumble, 3 interceptions, 1 defensive score, and for 48 points. And of course, the Redskins are a free agent, so if you want to give that a shot, they don't have the repertoire of having, good back-to-back defensive turnouts, but I think they just got lucky, to be honest. All right, so yeah, those were our top players this week, you guys, or MVT I mentioned. Obviously we have a new name on there, so congratulations on that. Very low scoring this week for the most part. Yeah, so playoffs, guys, we're 1 game apart. And some of my noticeable things that I noticed, obviously I spoke about Jay's winning streak. If you haven't noticed, I'm on a 4-game losing streak, so I suck anyway. But yeah, so I was looking at the records here. Jay 7-5, Terrence 6-6, Cody 6-6, Lino 6-6, Gabriel 5-7, Teresa and Charles all 5-7. So technically, between Terrence all the way down to Charles, they're 1 game apart. But Jay's technically 2 games above the 5-7 teams. But technically, if he loses and Terrence and Cody happen to win, they could go into 7-6, and that would leave Jay at 7-6 if he loses. So technically, I can say that Jay is secure in playoffs, because I don't know, literally the math could turn out the other way. You never know. But definitely Charles, Teresa, and Gabe. I think they're depending a lot on Lino and Cody losing this coming week, because they're only 1 game off, and depending if they head-to-head matchups early this year, it might determine who gets on the very top. And obviously, the last game of the season, we got actually, I forgot to look into how many, but there's a lot of games this Thursday for Thanksgiving. So make sure you update your lineups ASAP. Don't let it slip. And yeah, so the week is going to be very, very exciting, because a lot of teams right away on Thursday. So yeah, which, by the way, let me take this time to wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys have a good time and eat lots of food. And then between you and me, actually, and anybody could spectate this, but this week we have Michael versus Anthony versing each other, which is obviously a 1st and 2nd place team. But we also have Aaron and Jay going at it, which is the 3rd and the 4th best team in our league. So the top four teams are versing each other. So that's going to be very exciting to watch. See who's going to be the dominant team at the end of the regular season. And yeah, looking for those two other spots. You know, the bottom two on the top six for playoffs, I think are still very flexible. So that would be Terrence and Cody, guys. So don't slip. Terrence, you and I this week, buddy. Should I spoil some surprises for you? How much you got? I'll just put on my bench in. How much you got? Might as well make some money somehow. Nah, just kidding. I can't cheat. You know me. But yeah, so yeah, like I mentioned already, the ranking system. Michael's obviously in that very comfortable 2-point lead above everyone below him. Like he's at 10-2. Number 2 place is 8-4. Anthony lost to Anton, to Tony. Ouch. Well, thanks to that, now I'm last place. So, Anthony, you owe me twice. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that is all we have for this week. Again, very noticeable things. You know, the Anthony and Michael matchup, and then Aaron and Jay. The last two are possibly still very flexible, so we still don't know who makes playoffs out of the bottom bunch. And yeah, so please remember, guys, Thursday, lots of games, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. All right, I will see you guys on the battlefield, especially for Terrence. And since I'm at the bottom, I'm out. But I will come for that toilet bowl for sure. All right, guys. Peace out, good luck, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.